How to protect your house in a zombie apocalypse. How you picture yourself in a zombie apocalypse, but you'd actually be here. Zombie apocalypse starts. Most people. Me, an intellectual. I'd like to know the backstory. They're just not allowed out. My plans for the future versus my plans for a zombie apocalypse. Did you notice that after the zombie apocalypse, the men disappeared? That means we are better than them. Okay, bro. Bite a zombie and see if it turns into a human. That day was crazy. My biggest fear about becoming a zombie is all the walking. Brains. Dude, gross. 5-second rule. What's scarier than a zombie clown? When you touch your pockets and you don't feel your phone. If zombies end up being fast, I might just take my life. I would try for a week and see how I feel. No, for real. The moment I see a zombie sprint, I'm giving up. Any zombie movie that doesn't have hordes of people running towards the zombies to deliberately get bitten because they're convinced it's a liberal hoax is going to look pretty unrealistic now. The rumor that I'm secretly creating a zombie apocalypse to generate demand for flamethrowers is completely false. You'd need millions of zombies for so-called apocalypse anyway. Where would I even get a factory big enough to make so many? Tesla. Dating during the apocalypse. Are they a zombie? Yes. Stay away. No. Will they do the deed with you? Yes. You're a couple. No. Reconsider zombie survival strategy. Walls and fences. Moats and trenches. I'm afraid the zombie apocalypse will start, and I won't have one of those shirts. Zombie apocalypse starts. 14-year-old girls. Zombies are also humans. Worst things in a zombie apocalypse. Getting injured, eaten by zombies, dying from any kind of sickness. No internet. Why don't people in zombie apocalypse stories ever just wear suits of armor? You think any zombie is gonna get their awful rotting jaws through this? I'm gonna rip and tear my way through the zombie apocalypse, completely unharmed because none of the dead hordes will be able to get through my plate mail. Return to medieval night. It's the very latest in domestic zombie protection, and it looks nice and modern. So this is Shanghai at night. Looks more like a zombie apocalypse. This virus sucks. I wanted zombies. Papa John looks like a guy in a zombies movie that gets bitten and tries to hide it from the rest of the group. Zombie versus shark. Here's my question. If the shark were to eat the zombie, would the shark then turn into a zombie? Knowing the kind of society we live in today, if a zombie apocalypse actually happened, there would probably be zombie rights activists. This is about as Reddit as Reddit? You mean Twitter? You started a zombie invasion to take over the control of the world. A maniac with a pan on his head mutated some plants in his garden. Would a 2-2 kill a zombie? No. Zombies are already dead. You're not going to kill it, but you can make it more dead, I think. The zombie outbreak started 2 years ago now. You find yourself cornered by a decaying zombie when you do the unthinkable and bite it first when it falls to the floor, and it grows back its skin and sits up and asks what's going on. This may be the best subversive idea for zombie apocalypse stories I think I've ever seen. I've never seen anyone try this either. Zombie versus human. Benefits in being a zombie. You'll never get tired of walking. You've only got one thing to do in your life. You've got a lot of friends everywhere. Benefits in being human. Unless you're a smoker, you'll be able to run. You can still use your brain. I don't know if that's good. Live every single moment in your life like it's your last. Dude, you're kind of making people want to be a zombie. Being a zombie sounds a lot better. Nobody. That one dude in a zombie movie that gets bitten and tries to hide it from the rest of the crew. Big problem I've noticed with public restrooms. Zombies can easily crawl under. Yeah, but you can smash their head against the floor if they do. So, zombie versus baby. Sparse, messy head of hair, incomplete set of teeth, speaks in moans, screams. Sharp, dirt-caked nails, funk of 40,000 years aroma, aggressive, insatiable diet. Wait a minute. Zombies and babies have a lot of similarities. They are messy eaters, no sense of right and wrong, bent. You know, yes! Babies are like zombies. It's just when you get bitten by a baby, you don't turn into a baby. You get annoyed. Mont Saint-Michel in France. Probably the best place to be during a zombie apocalypse. Until low tide. Then you will die. It looks so small at the bottom. How is it when you're dead and a zombie, you can rip open a man's ribcage, but when you're alive you struggle with a bag of chips? You would have thought the zombie would have less energy too. The ironic thing is, it's your brain's fault. Your brain is stopping your body from using its full strength for every task so as to not horribly injure yourself. Example, the human bite has enough power to bite clean through a finger as easily as if it were a carrot. Our higher brain tells us, no, don't do that. That's a bad idea. But theoretically, once infected with the zombie virus, the higher functioning of your brain that tells you doing that will injure you is turned off, and the only important need is the need to feed, even at the cost of your own body. Zombies chase you. Panic. Zombies bypass you. Calm. You understand why. Random people getting bitten by a zombie. Side characters getting bitten by a zombie. The protagonist getting bitten by a zombie. Hey Facebook kids, what are your favorite songs to run to? I made my own song. It's a mix of zombie noises, people saying, I'm going to cut you, come here little boy, and police sirens. I've lost 10 pounds, 3 of which were in tears. I've also lost my wallet and my keys. Hey, normal Facebook kids, what are your songs to run to? Will Smith filming a scene from I Am Legend. I honestly feel played. You thought it was a real zombie dog or something? Can a ghost and a zombie come from the same person? I don't think so. I think if they're a zombie, their soul is trapped. The ghost shaking their head at the zombified body, stumbling around like an idiot. Is this a comic? It should be. We should bury everyone upside down, so if they come back as zombies, they will dig the wrong way. It's called thinking ahead, guys. This is not a hear me out. Hear me out. We're good to zombie. So you know how in like 90% of zombie fiction, it's bites that kill you and make you a zombie, right? I want you to get anything denim from your house and just bite it. Bite it as hard as you can. Chances are you can't bite through the denim very well. So here's what I'm thinking. Zombie apocalypse, all denim outfit. The anti-zombie uniform. Even in a zombie apocalypse, you're not catching me wearing a double denim, wearing like 5 pairs of jeans. When zombie apocalypse appears, people, run for your life. Gamers, I waited a long time for this. The apocalypse, what I expected versus what I get. Anarchy, home office. Zombies, no toilet paper. Zombie attacks in movies. Zombie attacks in games. Hi, we are about to launch an all-out attack on your house. Sincerely, the zombies. As a mortician, I always tie the shoelaces together of the dead, because if there's ever a zombie apocalypse, it will be hilarious. They'll also be harmless, so thank you, Caleb. Zombie Scooby-Doo. Wow. Strongest zombie fan versus weakest calcium enjoyer. Zombie fans, when a zombie apocalypse finally starts, but instead of being an instantaneous overnight disaster, it's an exponentially building plague that destroys society and everything they know and love over the course of several weeks. Zomboid fans be like, yeah, that's what I wanted. That awkward moment when a zombie is looking for brains and walks right by you. How would you survive a zombie apocalypse? I'd become a zombie, day one. They're the only ones enjoying themselves. Everyone else is stressed, terrified, and dying. If zombies ever attack, just go to Costco. They have concrete walls, years of food and supplies, and best of all, the zombies can't get in without a Costco membership card. Doom Guy smacks a zombie with the top of his gun so hard that the zombie's head is slammed down into his torso like a cartoon. Me. Zombies shouldn't growl or snarl. They should babble a mixture of incomplete word sounds and whole words or sentence fragments. Every zombie should sound almost, but not quite like it's trying to tell you something. They should be on the cusp between heartbreakingly human and horrifyingly inhuman. Me petting my sunflower during the zombie apocalypse. There are zombies on our lawn. By high request, this is Bunny. She has one eye. We call her Pirate Bunny. When the zombie apocalypse happens, and I expect slow zombies, but instead, I see 4 running towards me like Usain Bolt. New zombie drug in US causes skin rotting in users. Damn! Hope you guys are okay in America. The mobile game ad with zombies starter pack. Zombies in video games. Fast zombies in video games. It doesn't matter which skin color you have or which religion. If the zombies attack, everybody will stick together. Why can't zombies just eat like bread or something? They wouldn't be deadly, but they would just be super annoying, just dragging themselves everywhere in the middle of the street and stuff, like stealing people's bread from their houses. Great. We could coexist with zombies as long as they wouldn't want to kill us. I think that's what would happen if zombies would... Would we kill zombies, guys? Would we? Assuming they're not actually trying to kill us, right? Got bit? Get tested. It's the only way to be sure. Vegan zombie support group. Hi, I'm Carl, and I haven't eaten bread in 3 weeks. This is Zombie Addiction Anonymous, not a vegan support group. Eat, you friends. Wait, what? What's up? You look tasty. No, bro, we were friends. So what do you do for a living? I hurt zombies. But zombies don't exist. Have you seen a zombie? No. You're welcome. How to become a zombie. Infected, getting bitten. Radiation, virus, studying chemistry. Zombie moose. Will crush your car. Looks like it's eating it. Hold on, girl. Are those shoes for sale? Skeleton. Shoot zombie that I'm behind. Zombie. And I took that personally. Nope, this is not how you're supposed to play the game. New heavily mutated virus variant raises concern. Me, hoping for zombies this time. It's 5 minutes into the apocalypse, and my bestie and I don't know how to act, because we just saw one of our exes in zombie form. You're being followed by a horde of zombies, but at least they're slower than you. This wouldn't be so bad. Dad sacrificed himself to a horde of infected so that I could escape. Me finding him after nearly a year of searching so that I could do the one thing for him I still had the power to do. 3 months in a Philippine prison versus years in a zombie apocalypse. How I think I'll be during the zombie apocalypse versus how I'll probably be in the zombie apocalypse. I'll probably die in like a few days. What you'd possibly say during a zombie apocalypse. Great, finally I can smash some zombie skulls. Brains. Turns out a major component every zombie movie was missing was a large contingent of people just straight up refusing to admit that a zombie apocalypse was happening. Zombie tree. People in zombie media trying to avoid the term zombies to describe the moving corpses. So do we start dressing like this immediately, or is there a specific amount of time that needs to pass? That's a TikTok song, they stole it from Waking up 6 hours into resting your eyes a minute with no concept of reality. You kill a zombie kid. You remember it's Halloween. They don't bite, bruh. They only puppies chill. They smell fear, so calm down. They're more scared of you than you are of them. Awake, but at what cost? We ate your stick, family. What we expect to do in a zombie apocalypse versus what we really do. When it's round 5 and you haven't bought a gun from the wall because you're trying to save your points for the box. Normal zombies. We should walk at a normal speed, otherwise the game would be unfair. Baby zombies. I paid for the whole speedometer, I'm gonna use it. A 200-year-old green serpent mask found at the base of a pyramid in Mexico. Why do you need a gun? You need these for muggers, people who assault people, and carjackers. This one for burglars and home invasions. This one for putting food on the table. This one for self-defense against enemies, foreign and domestic, for preservation of freedom and liberty and to prevent government atrocities. And this one for zombies. Zombies in most pop culture. Brains, bleh. Zombies in Call of Duty. Aggressive screeching. I let my 5-year-old son play this game because he was sad. He liked game and want very much, so I buy game for him. But little later he come to me and say, "Daddy, this game much scary." I look at game and it says, "Zombie eat your brain." And me was shocked. How can this game be allowed for childs? This game has blood and violence. Zombies eat your vegetables. Zombies may no eat vegetable. My son eat vegetable. When it comes to zombie apocalypse prepping, people are really sleeping on medieval suits of knight armor. Like give any person chainmail, plate, a full helmet and a Glock. I'd give the odds to them in just about any zombie scenario. What a terrible plane crash. Good thing the local citizens are coming to help. Time to turn the hell around. Dead slow children crossing. No one told me the zombies were dummy thick. You're never too young to zombie. You think they'd be able to dig through the core? Brains. I force my pets to be vegan because I'm vegan. Ew. When a zombie apocalypse happens, normal people, Call of Duty players, gardeners, Minecraft players. If vampire bites zombie, does vampire become zombie or zombie become vampire? They merge together. Gently humming zombie by the Cranberries. Shout out to badass female zombie killers that wear red. Gotta be one of my favorite genders. Zombie spider, a fungus infected spider, half dead, half alive infecting. Does this mean this could happen with humans too? Modern zombie game starter pack. This backpack has an insane amount of hype before release for some reason. Includes the word day in the title. Completely broken and unplayable. I love your zombie costume. How are you still alive? What is feeding my zombie girlfriend human parts, if not love preserving? Vision, what the hell? Zombie killing co-op returns. Join the fight. Is that a Godzilla-zombie? Can someone please make this as a movie? Stereotypical zombie movie. End of the movie has the main character being surrounded. Character chuckles, then says some witty line. MC reveals that he has been wearing a mask the whole time. Underneath it's Patchy the pirate. Are you ready, kids? Patchy then proceeds to kill each zombie with his... That is insane. No. I wanted to dress my nephew as a zombie, but he ended up looking like a full stack developer. Socratic questions. Hey, what do mummies do when they catch you? Like a zombie eats your brain. A vampire drinks your blood. What does a mummy do? Do they just beat you up? Zombie apocalypse starts. Dying light players. Parkour. People that won't self-quarantine equals person that would hide a zombie bite. I'm taking notes, just saying. Can we talk about how in zombie shows / movies / books, they always find a veterinarian and not a surgeon? Are veterinarians deemed more likely to survive the apocalypse? Yep, one of our professional skills is not being bitten by patients. We actually have a good broad knowledge base for both surgical, medical, and GP things. We're used to improvising equipment because a lot of stuff is just not made for animals. Meat safety is a part of our training. Our cars often come full of equipment, especially in mixed practice. We probably weren't in the human hospital at the initial outbreak. I love how the confidence of this answer implies that we, as vets, have at some point sat down and discussed why and how we would survive the apocalypse. You mean you haven't? Say something smart, Kowalski. People who leave doors open after you ask them to close them cannot be trusted in the zombie apocalypse. Zombie movies aren't actually about zombies. They're a metaphor for how it would be cool if everything at the mall was free. Zombie apocalypse. The year is 2514. The zombie apocalypse has just started. Robin Williams rises from his grave. 500 years will give you such a crick in the neck. Most people. Kill it. Most vegans. To the garden, little one. Be free. Me. Your name is Fred and you can live in that corner over there. Let me know if you need anything. Spider meme just crawled its way in this video. Can you imagine if other pieces of media were as scared of calling their monsters what they are? Zombie media is about calling zombies zombies. Werewolves? Sorry buddy. Around here we call them howlers. Vampires? Those are night suckers. Did you blur suckers? That is insane. A ghost? Not even close. That's a nasty flying little you blood freak! Yes, kill them all. Zombies and Stalker. No one wanted this for you. I'm so sorry. Mama, look how grown you are. Daddy's coming home soon. Hello everyone. I'm terribly sorry to post this. My Uncle Scott passed away this week. What I know is that he loved our Lord and will be spending an Easter in his presence. I miss him so much. Bro, I'm a zombie. That's his son. My dad wouldn't mind me doing this. I'd kind of actually want my children to do this if there was an opportunity. If this opportunity presents itself, I wouldn't mind my kids doing this, but I don't even have kids. Hold on.